Might be good if I highlight on Skype. That way they're not looking at me looking at what's it
Looking at
called?
me, looking at
Yeah,
you.
the like infinity window or whatever that happens when you use OBS.
That window that looks into your soul. Yep.
Yeah.
You do have a really shiny light just behind your head.
Oh yeah, but I don't use that. It's weird. Like I have like a webcam that I use, but I don't know how to make it like on here so you guys see that instead of like my what's it called laptop
Your laptop cam.
cam. Yeah, it's so like choppy too. Is this right? Okay, there it goes. You are live. The internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. And it totally saw me waving at you guys. Hi. How are you guys doing?
Hey guys.
All right, let me see what this sounds like. Whoops.
Checking out me.
Test real quick. Oh, that's when I was listening to what are they called? Run the Jewels. Listening to my gangster mix.
Your gay porn that you're watching?
What? No. My gangster music.
Gangsta.
They heard that. So they're like, newsflash, Jake is watching gay porn.
That's all he does during
Yeah.
podcasts.
You live in California. It's all right over there, right?
What? No, I guess. Yeah, it's true. We're pretty liberal.
Eh,
I don't think people
I
care
mean,
that much.
it's probably illegal somewhere around Texas.
It's probably illegal, but they allow it in exchange for like other animals or something. What are we talking about? Okay, maybe we should start the
Now
podcast.
that's more disgusting.
Hi, welcome
Going down a
to
rabbit hole, guys.
the weirdest podcast
Oh,
in the world.
don't talk about going down rabbit holes when we're talking porn.
Okay, we won't do that. Hey, everybody, welcome to the weirdest podcast on the internet. This is Saturday Morning Nerds. And apparently, we're not talking about comics. We're talking about all kinds of random stuff nobody wants to talk about. With me today is, I guess, the sleepiest Dutchman alive. And that's Nick V. How you doing, Nick?
Yeah, good morning. Sleepy, I don't really know. It's just 6 a.m.
And with me, getting ready for a tennis match. He's got his visor on. He's ready to go. What is up, Eric Barron, Baron Von Comics?
West Side in the house.
Oh man, those frosted tips, man, they're looking fresh.
I'm broing out. I'm broing out right now.
Broing out, getting ready for your trip to New York.
He can apply for a boy band right away.
Why do you think I have the frosted tips?
Exactly, man. That's the first thing you need to get in order to be in a boy band.
Yeah, you need to be able to say the word baby really smoothly.
Yeah.
Baby.
Boom, there it is. He's the bass.
Bringing
Bringing
I'm all
the
about
bass.
that bass. No trouble.
So yeah, so everybody, welcome to Saturday Morning Nerds. We just get together and talk comic books, whether it be movies, individual issues, TV shows, what have you. Maybe even video games, but I don't think there's any good video games out right now, so we'll just stick to the other media. So, hey, Nick, I think it's time for some trailer talk.
Really? Because were there any trailers this week?
Well, I don't know. There was a teaser that came out today. Although it was very lame teaser, there was a teaser.
Oh, I didn't see one today.
The greatest teaser of all time.
Yeah, all you
I
have to do.
I saw that horrible X-Men trailer.
Well, yeah, there was that. You thought it was horrible?
Oh, I'm so not in for this X-Men movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I hate when me and Nick have the same opinion.
Well, then you defend it. it's really. I mean, it looks like they're remaking the third X-Men movie. What's it
Oh my.
called?
Oh,
Last
Um,
Stand.
Last Stand,
oh.
right?
I thought it was X-Men. I
Uh,
didn't watch it.
I mean, they're moving a bridge again or blowing it up or whatever. It's
You know what? I'm actually excited about this movie for one reason and one reason only.
Because Nick doesn't like it.
One other reason.
Oh,
no.
Dazzler is going to be in it.
oh yeah, the
Is
vinyl
that
picture.
confirmed?
Hells yeah, it's confirmed.
So Taylor Swift is going to be Dazzler in that movie.
Damn right, T Swift's going to be Dazzler.
Tadolf Switler.
Whoa, okay. Taylor
Wow,
Swiller.
that is an assumption.
Yeah. Did you see the
You
picture,
guys-
Nick?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Did you
there's
guys
a-
ever read those things on the internet where they like put pictures of her up with quotes of Hitler, and then like
Nope.
and like the normal quotes, well, normal, the sort of general quotes like "you should work hard and get what you want" or something, and then it has a picture of Taylor Swift. So they did like a complete line of those, and they released them under the name Tadolf Swiftler.
Well, that wasn't the picture I was talking about, but that's good to know. No, there's a picture of the kid playing Cyclops talking to Jean Grey in a record shop, and the kid playing Cyclops is holding like a vinyl record album, and it's got Dazzler on it. So it's a Dazzler like, you know, LP. Yeah.
Well, that is pretty cool.
I think a lot of this happened while you were asleep, maybe, because
Yeah, probably. I was.
and then you did just wake up, so.
No.
But yeah, the other teaser that I was talking about was the Punisher is confirmed to have his own Netflix series, and
Oh, yeah.
I
Is
guess
there
in
a trailer for that coming out?
there's a teaser trailer that they released, which was them pretty much scrambling to put something together, and they
Oh.
took the audio of him doing the one batch, two batch, nickel and dime.
Darn.
And
Oh,
then
that was-
just through like ominous ambient music behind it, a lot of reverb, and then at the end flashed the really cool Punisher logo. So it really was just super recycled, but it was
Yeah,
kind of cool at the same
B-roll
time.
from Daredevil.
Exactly, yeah. It's just the they amplified like one batch, and like he's loading his gun, two batch, and then like it gets like really quiet, and it's like nickel and dime, and then
it was they just announced it, Netflix. So
yeah.
they really had no time.
They really did. They were like, Jim, hurry up, get a teaser together.
Jim, do something.
And then Jim is like holding up his phone to like the to his computer, recording like the the Netflix thing off of his like phone and scrambling.
Honestly, it's Marvel. It's probably been ready for like a month or two.
Yeah, it's true. But
Those people are
it did
horribly
really feel
prepared.
like they just scrambled to put one together because it's
They
very
have this
simple.
for everything.
Well, it's just a teaser. It's not supposed to be anything
Yeah.
anyway. It's
It's-
not like they've shot anything for the show. Already.
Yeah. I thought
it's something.
Yeah, I found my tweet about it was better. I took the GIF of what's his name, John Bernthal dancing on a
Yes.
night show,
Oh, the GIF, yeah.
yeah, or the GIF.
The GIF. It's the GIF.
The peanut butter is what I'm talking about, not the actual moving pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jelly.
creamy
You don't
or
have-
chunky. I don't know what kind you guys are, but I just put that on John Bernthal's mustache, and then he dances around, and then I post it. Okay, now.
I don't think we have this peanut butter over here.
Yeah, so I guess that would be trailer talk, but I just thought, I just wanted to say, like, yo, Punisher's coming. I mean, they left it super open with that micro CD that he picks up at the end of the.
Oh, it was pretty much confirmed.
Yeah.
And like there were spoilers or hints throughout the entire Daredevil season.
Run, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they have micro, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna come anyway. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, in Agents of Shield, Daisy Johnson mentions Micro.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
I'm so behind on that, dude. So.
Well, this is like season 1.
Oh, was it in season 1?
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, that's a while. I haven't watched that even longer than the stuff I'm missing out on. But
I
so
skipped most of the dialogue in season 1. That was so horrible.
I don't
Rephrase
what?
that. Rephrase that. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So, all right. Well, I guess that that'll be our trailer talks. Unless I miss. I mean,
Well, did you guys see the X-Men trailer?
yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you dislike it as much as I do, apparently.
Yep.
I didn't think it was that bad. It actually sold me more than the other trailers did. But I think it's mostly the Wolverine thing at the end.
Oh,
I think,
That looks to me like just a shameless cameo. Like at the end
Yeah.
of the movie,
Yeah.
he's gonna be there. Because like he's not supposed to be in this movie. Like none of the other
none of it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, none of the other clips involve him. And like he's got his own movie coming out. In what, like half a year or a year?
Which
something like
sounds
that.
horrible, by the way.
No, that sounds awesome.
we got Steve Merchant, right? It's gonna be good.
Speaking of that, Stephen Merchant has joined the cast for that. They said it's some weird scientist guy or crazy scientist guy, which like it has to be Dr. Cornelius.
It has to be.
Yeah,
Like
because
Steve
they
Merchant?
already had like the head of security guy. Like in one of the previous casting, there was a rumor of X-23, and now there's a Dr. Cornelius basically.
It's the death of Wolverine, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be the death of Wolf. Like I said, like what, 3 shows ago? Because I have predictive powers.
Predictive powers from the future. Only 9 hours.
No.
You're like, I can only tell you the future, but only 9 hours into the future.
Right.
I have the same powers as Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Ah.
But
You just
not
blow
the
stuff
movie
up.
version.
Oh, I was like, you should only blow stuff up?
Well, technically, she might still have that power. If you guys watch the deleted scenes.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that. That's right. It's on iTunes already. That's crazy.
Yep. I have that loaded up for my plane trip tomorrow. I can't wait.
Nice. So, what do you think? Should we get into other news that came out this week?
Movie news.
Yeah, sure.
Do you happen to have your
that
notebook open?
Is that the entire song Eric's gonna sing for that? Because I was expecting like a minute long.
Dun 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 dun. Movie news. Yeah, baby.
It works so well with the frosted tips.
It does. It really does, man. I think when we do the segment, you got to throw that hat on and be like, da 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 da, movie news.
It's not a hat. It's not a hat, Jake.
Oh, it's right. Well, I'm talking about the visor part of your hat.
Well, the visor's the feel of the bro. It's a bro. It's a bro look.
Yeah.
Jake just ruined the magic.
What are you
Magic behind.
talking about? I'm talking about the visor. I'm sorry I called it a hat.
It's not a hat. It doesn't have a top on it. It's a visor.
It's a visor. Okay, my bad. It's just the bro-ness of it is overpowering that I was intimidated. Hats.
Visor.
Yes. Dang it! Getting embarrassed on this podcast. All right.
Let's talk about the best news of the week. The Flash director has left over creative differences.
Yeah, it just came out. What's his name? Graham Smith.
Graham Smith. Yep.
Yeah, he left the Flash movie.
Yeah, he didn't like Ezra Miller.
Apparently, the guy who does Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies has too much integrity for the Flash.
Well, it's creative differences, and I can guess what that is.
Ezra Miller's sideburns.
Let's make a true to comic Flash movie. No, it has to be dark and depressing.
Yeah.
He has to kill people, everybody.
Well, I'm guessing it's just because he wrote most of the script, so I'm guessing they had one of the big shots at Warner Brothers going like, "Yeah, we're gonna cut this, not this.
We need Zack
Change
Snyder.
this.
Yeah.
Change this.
This is not brooding enough.
This.
Wait a minute, a happy Flash? We can't have a happy Flash.
Yeah.
Why is Batman in this movie?
Yeah.
let's have the happiest superhero that DC has. Let's be him like all moody and broody.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Uh,
jokester. Let's turn him into the saddest, slowest guy emotionally. He runs fast, but emotionally he's very slow.
Emotionally, he's dead.
Yeah,
So yeah, no idea yet who's gonna replace him, but I think that's the
Zack
reason
Snyder.
because it sounds very much like they did that. Like they read a script and that was it.
yeah.
There's a
Like,
joke in here. New script.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wait, sunshine,
Why
lens
does it take
flares.
part
Yeah,
Why does it take you part during the day? Everything's at night in the
Yeah.
rain.
There's also a rumor that George Miller is gonna direct the Green Lantern movie.
I heard that rumor today.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Mad Max in outer space?
Well, George Miller was sort of supposed to do a Justice League movie in
Yeah, with
2000.
Army Hammer, Batman.
Yeah, I think what 2007, 8.
2007.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
It was a crazy script and idea, but he's a great director. Like I love the Mad Max movies. I love Babe Pig in the City. So yeah.
Let me see.
What? Those movies are awesome.
Apparently, James Wan,
Oh, Wan.
James Wan, looks like he's going to depart from Aquaman.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's the rumor that's going around now.
Wow, I wonder
Oh, I
why.
haven't seen that anywhere.
Yeah. He says he doesn't like the direction of the DC film universe.
Really? That's it. Like, yeah, like, he just had that interview on. Was it Suicide something that they were doing? Because you sent me some videos, Nick.
Yeah, I linked the video last week for just an interview with what's her name that does Katana in Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and James Wan was there as well. It was some Warner Brothers thing, and they just both happened to be there. I haven't heard of this. I'm not really surprised that much because a lot of people are sort of horrified by Murder Man versus Destructo Guy. But yeah, I don't know.
Murder Game versus Destructo Guy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it seemed like that he would be a great director for Aquaman. I mean, he's what was he coming off of The Conjuring?
I think so.
Some scary movie, and then I heard on some other show today they said they was doing Robotech, which I'm like, isn't that like some old '80s like anime or cartoon or something? Robotech. It sounds familiar. I can't remember that.
Yeah,
Robotech is a old cartoon.
It's like kind of like the Voltron type of stuff, isn't it? Or Gundam Wing?
I think wasn't Voltron made from Robotech?
Was it?
I know one of those shows was like basically cut into pieces from another show. Like it was the American version, but they sort of did like what they did with Power Rangers.
Yeah, like chop it up and then.
No,
Yeah,
well,
just like
that Robotech was all CG. Like it looked like Beast Wars, Transformers Beast Wars.
now. I think there was an older Robotech as well, though.
Yeah, but I think a newer one played in the U.S.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm like, Robotech sounds familiar, and I'm like, I didn't even know they were doing a Robotech movie, but and I'm like, okay, but I don't know. He seemed like he was like in that interview. He seemed really cool and seemed like he had really good ideas for the Aquaman movie. So
Yeah,
sucks. I hope he actually doesn't leave because I was kind of excited about that one.
DC films where dreams go to die.
Yeah, anytime you're hopeful for something, they're like, no.
Or at least joy goes to die.
Well,
Yeah.
at least joy goes to die.
Exactly.
Happiness of directing goes to die.
Yeah.
Another bit of casting news. Catherine Winnick, Idris Elba, and Matthew McConaughey. They're all going to be in the Dark Tower. which Saul will like very much. It's basically Stephen King's seminal work.
Mm-hmm.
It's also his most comic book-ish stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a comic book actually based on it as well.
Yeah, I think Marvel did
Um,
it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great. Like if anyone ever like talks about Stephen King, they've probably read that.
Yeah, it's one of his, especially if you read any of his series, right? Because that's probably his most popular. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I think it's kind of cool that Idris Elba is going to be playing. He's supposed to be playing Roland, right, the main character.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, that dude is such a great actor. Um, it'll be kind of cool to see him as this like cowboy type, because it's kind of like a weird fantasy cowboy type movie where it's like wizards and all kinds of other stuff, but then they have like they're cowboys too. So should be cool. Yeah, it's I think Marvel has it. It might be on Marvel Unlimited, but
yeah, it's on Marvel.
I know I actually when they were coming out because I was back when I worked at a bookstore. All the other like Stephen King nerds that I worked with, that was like the first time they were buying comics because they're like, it's gonna be a comic book, and so like yeah, and then that one dude, he's got interesting art. Is it Jay Lee? Jae?
Yeah, Jay Lee.
Yeah, he did the covers and I think the whole thing, covers and interiors, and yeah, dude, there's like a Spider King or something like that. I don't know what kind of monster this dude is, but he's creepy as hell the way he drew him. So I remember, yeah, I picked him up when they came out in single issues, and I enjoyed it. So, and it's Idris Elba. I mean, he's a tiger, and I want to go watch him do that. So,
I've seen a couple of clips of that, and like he can make a tiger be the scariest thing ever. I mean, tigers are scary, but you know they're not bears.
they're not bears. Yeah, no, they're tigers. They'll still kill you.
Bears are the worst. Bears are like the sharks of
the sharks on the forest. They're forest sharks. Yeah. Bears. They'll eat Leonardos and they'll eat.
Ever since like bears have just like been the sole thing in my nightmares, like. I can't even look back at like Paddington Bear.
That's so good to know. Thank you, Nick V, for sure.
That was weird. The OBS just quit on me for some weird reason.
Are we still up or?
No, we dropped for a little bit, but I think they just missed your Paddington Bear joke. So if you want to do it again, you can.
No, it's too late now.
Ah, it was a pretty good joke. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but then when it dropped, it completely. I'm like, what? Just I don't know if you guys heard the ding, but it kind of dinged when it like stopped recording.
That's just on your side.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what dinged? And I was gonna say something probably pretty prolific and would have changed your guys' outlook on life, but OBS made me forget it, so I apologize to you guys.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what I was gonna say.
Okay, next bit of news. You guys, have you guys seen Ex Machina?
No.
Okay, star in Ex Machina, Alicia Vikander. I think she even won like some sort of award.
Yeah, I think she won for the Dutch Girl or something like that, right?
No, that's a movie that's gonna come out soon that I'm gonna hate.
Dutch Girl?
No, it's the I linked you guys earlier like that clip of there's a movie basically set in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, yeah, nobody's Dutch in it.
Yeah, like none of the cast is Dutch. They're all either British or American.
Yeah, but she was in a movie. She was in a movie called The Dutch Girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one where the one guy identifies as a female, and so he's married, I think, to her, and then through their marriage.
The Danish girl.
Oh, is it the Danish girl? I thought it was a Dutch girl.
Yes.
Oh, it's a Danish girl.
I know our languages sound very similar, but it's a different country.
At least I didn't say the Scottish girl, because then that would have been way off. But can I just
Oh my god.
can I just claim that I'm American and my ignorance is just okay to accept?
Okay, I'll explain the difference between Danish people and Dutch very quickly.
Okay, tell me.
We have cheese and tulips,
Ooh.
and the Danish have the Little Mermaid.
Ah. That's a tough one. I'm still gonna pick Dutch because I think you're cool, Nick. So
So,
screw you, Danish people, and your Little Mermaid.
anyway, Alicia Vikander, she's gonna play Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider movies.
Yup.
So she's gonna replace what's her name?
Daisy Ridley.
No,
Supposedly Daisy Ridley was up for it, wasn't she?
She was up for the role.
yeah,
but
Yeah.
she was up for it.
She's gonna replace
didn't get it.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. She may be pretty good. She was pretty good in what was it? The Man from Uncle.
The man
Yeah.
from
Oh,
the-
she's a great actress. She
Mhm.
was in Ex Machina. If you've got the time, go see Ex Machina because she plays like this AI cyborg.
She plays like the cyborg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's sort of trying to figure out like if she can get out where she is right now. Like she just wants to be free. She's locked in this one room, and it's one of the best movies of last year.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's
I-
better.
This isn't news, but this is just a confirmation that Kevin Feige has confirmed that Marvel Studios has complete creative control over Spider-Man,
Oh yeah.
which is an excellent thing to know.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I wonder what they like had to do to get. Actually, they probably didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Because
Please
Sony
help
was-
us.
yeah.
yeah,
Please
Sony
help
was
us.
just like, our last couple of movies, we sort of made like a bit of profit, but
Yeah.
they kind of sucked, and we know this
Yep.
because we don't usually make horrible movies all the time.
All the time.
Well,
Yeah. Not all the time. We've got a couple good ones in there,
I added the last bit just to make sure.
good.
but yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, they got Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in it, so
Yeah.
that should be good.
Yeah.
And then the kid seems really good. I mean, they're throwing out Spider-Man spoilers in the TV spots a lot, and I don't know if you guys saw the latest one where he
Nope.
kicks Falcon, and then all of a sudden Winter Soldier goes to punch him
Oh, with the arm.
with the arm. He's like, "Hey, you got an arm," or was it like a metal arm? Cool, dude, or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to. And didn't
He's
they?
a menace.
Yeah, didn't they say the guys that are writing Homecoming, were gonna make it kind of like a John Hughes Breakfast Club type of a movie?
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
So I'm like, this kid seems
Spidey
like,
in detention with a couple of other kids. For, like,
yeah.
an
Well,
hour and
like,
a half.
I think it was fun, like interesting that like the movie's called Homecoming, and everybody was focused on like Marvel's calling it Homecoming because Spider-Man's finally home. And I'm like, isn't it called Homecoming because it's probably like Spider-Man trying to get a date to the homecoming dance, or trying
I
to,
think it's a bit of both. That's why they picked.
yeah, kind of like. But to me,
Trying
I
to
feel
get-
like I don't know. It's,
Trying to give Mary Jane cancer all over with his radioactive sperm. Yep, that's why they're calling it Homecoming.
I was
uh,
actually wondering a little bit about that.
Shoot.
Like every radioactive superhero, like the Hulk and Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's said to have radioactive blood, like even now.
Yeah.
And like the Hulk was hit by a gamma radiation bomb.
Yep.
Like, if you're near those people enough, would you get like radiation sickness?
I think if they're in direct contact with their blood or semen, but if not, I think you're fine.
But
So
it's
Black
not
Black-
like
so-
skin
so
is
Black,
like.
Black Widow totally has cancer because of the Hulk.
But it's not like your skin or their skin is lead lined. Like
That's-
radiation, if it's active in the blood, then it's gonna come through.
I'm only saying this based on comic book logic. I've
Yeah.
explained it in the comic books, so I'm going to go with that as an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe it for the Hulk though. I mean, he's giant and green, and he took a gamma radiation bomb in the face. There has to be some sort of residual like radiation left in him just from walking around just melting cars just like, hey, that car just melted. Is it because of my breath?
Yeah.
No, it's because you're a giant walking stick of radiation.
Giant walking ball of cancer.
Well, that's the long-term effect, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you do that, like a lot of this comic book stuff don't make sense, and then you know what I mean. Like we got into that one discussion over, was it Facebook, where it was like, oh, the best way to kill Wolverine and Deadpool is like destroy their memories, and it's just like,
It's actually to stop reading their books.
exactly, that's how you kill them. But yeah, I mean, even sitting there, like, okay, the healing factor and the neurons regenerating. I'm like, okay, who cares about their neurons regenerating? Their bodies are regenerating. There's a miracle of modern science in itself. So,
According to Wolverine the End, his memories only disappeared to save him because that they heal his bad memories. That's why he doesn't remember anything.
yeah,
Technically.
until
But-
the Scarlet Witch, changes the whole world and he gets everything back.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about supposedly Nathan Fillion being Wonder Man in Guardians 2?
Confirmed.
Yeah, it's
That's
confirmed.
It's confirmed.
But what do you guys think about it? Like,
I
to
think
me,
it's
I think
awesome.
it's going to be a super hilarious part of that movie because it's
Well,
just ridiculous.
Have
It's
you heard the way they're doing it?
well, I heard was it supposedly they're going to use him as kind of like a movie star type of a thing.
Yeah, Wonder Man in the Marvel Universe is a movie star.
It's a movie star.
Yeah.
And what they're apparently going to do is like have movie posters up of just what's his name again? Wonder Man.
Nathan Fillion.
A Firefly Serenity. And...
Yeah, like or the Tony Stark story, and it's him with the bad goatee. You know.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. The best part about it is like Nathan Fillion is the guy to do it.
Oh, definitely.
Because like if it's almost like if you were to give him Wonder Man's powers, he is Wonder Man.
I don't like this from a continuity error in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, because he's technically in it.
He's technically in the first movie.
Yeah.
He's not very recognizable in it.
No,
Yeah,
but I mean, still, nerds, we're all
still.
gonna be like, no, he's yeah, I feel you too. Like, Groot
Also,
stuck his fingers up your nose, bro. Like,
It's a giant universe. There's bound to be some people that look almost identical.
yeah.
Technically, it's played by the same actor, and technically, it ruins continuity.
I know, and then put your glasses back on. Yeah.
Sorry, Simpsons comic book guy.
Like, worst movie ever.
Yeah, worst movie ever. Yeah, I was pretty geeked about that. I'm looking forward to seeing what that means. I'm almost wondering, do you think, no, well, I don't know. It would be cool to see him pop up in other MCU movies then. It's kind of what I'm excited about. Like, there just being some kind of, like, Easter egg that we all need to start looking for of, like, Wonder Man in a poster or in a TV in the background or something.
Yeah.
You mean in the movies before, or?
No, like, well, I guess those coming, like, so, like,
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, I doubt they'll have a time in the Infinity War one to like have a scene where they're just chilling next to a TV because there's so much that's probably going to be happening in that movie. But it would be cool,
Wouldn't you love to see Tony Stark watching the Tony Stark story?
right? And it's Nathan Fillion.
And just complaining about it, like, oh,
Yeah.
this is bullshit.
Yeah,
This is bullshit.
I wasn't captured by Russian terrorists.
yeah. But then it would be funny if he's like, but this actor guy, wow, he's handsome. Or
Pretty good.
something. Yeah.
He's good looking.
He's all the actor's good. The script is terrible.
No, he'd probably complain about his looks. Because it's Tony Stark. He thinks he looks like...
The only thing I want to see with Tony Stark from this point forward is for him and Doctor Strange to give each one a high five and go, facial hair bros?
Yeah,
Yes.
facial
That's
hair
it.
bros.
And that's all. That will make my lifetime. See that?
I hope in the third Avengers movie. What's it called? The Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like they all show up in some place together, and Ant-Man takes off his helmet, and he has the little goatee as well.
Yeah, you know what, man? That sounds
We're
something
all
that Paul
faces
Rudd
are
would
bros.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they would,
Oh, shut
yeah,
up.
they'd
Shut up,
immediately make him
lying.
shave. Oh, that would be perfect. Yeah, his scene with Captain America, that TV spot was hilarious too. Where he's all like,
Oh my god.
right, and he's like, "You're Captain America," and then he turns to Scarlet, "You're good too," but Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that movie. Is it already out in the Netherlands?
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Should be over there as well.
No, or else this is next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
It's the 28th. Over here, is it 28th yet? I think it is.
Yeah,
The
there's
29th.
there's people I know that are in Mexico that have already seen it in like 3D, and I'm like, shut up, don't tell me anything.
Viva la raza.
Yeah, exactly. And then who else? There's somebody else that was leaking stuff on the internet, and it was kind of irritating me.
It's already made $200 million overseas.
Yeah, and the Americans haven't even seen it. It's in English. It's funny.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I know for the fact that it's been out here since the
I'm sorry.
28th and over in Britain as well.
It's made over 230 million overseas and
Jeez.
190 million domestic.
Wow.
Oh, pre-sales probably.
Pre-sale.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's gonna be like good enough at least, and I hope Paul Rudd really rubs it up. It's gonna be all ruddy in there.
Already. Yeah.
It's gonna unleash his ruddness.
His redness.
So I have a new theory about Suicide Squad.
Oh, what is it?
Ooh.
Do you remember that giant green monster at the end in the subway? In the trailer?
Vaguely. That's the one that all the soldiers and stuff are shooting at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Joker with being possessed.
Really?
Yeah. So, you notice how when he's in that tuxedo, he has like the mud all over his face,
Yeah.
just like Enchantress did.
Yeah, I think it's just one of Enchantress's creations, though.
And then, I think in that scene, if you look at the color scheme, it's like super green and super purple. It's the Joker. I'm willing to bet something on that.
Okay, then if you're wrong, you have to sing a song on the podcast
Okay,
of our choosing.
if I'm right, you Nick have to sing a song of my choosing on the podcast.
Okay, but not anything over 10 minutes.
Oh,
I know all the words to Indigada da Vida by Iron Butterfly, so I can go for 20 minutes. But it's really only 3 or 4 words, so it's
Yeah. Well, and then we also have like a podcast to do. So if you're doing a 20-minute song, it's gonna just be you singing the whole podcast.
I can just stay in the background.
Just singing in the background. You can't actually talk. You just sing in the background the whole time. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work, bro. You're just gonna.
Nick, I'd brush up on your Taylor Swift songs.
Oh.
Oh damn! I don't listen to any.
What was it? I don't know how you said it. The Adolf Swiftler.
Taylor Swiftler. Yeah.
So, right on.
Anyway, that's all the news I could find this week.
Okay.
Maybe you guys have anything left? I know there's been like some stuff about like Warcraft and stuff, but I know that you guys.
Yeah, I know everybody got upset that like the orcs or whatever they're supposed to be are all big and scary, and then they have the chick that's just like the hot chick, but then she's got like skin paint on her, and they put like the fake little fangs on her. But the other guys are all these scary looking CG monsters.
Read some of the books and played the games, I can tell you something about her. She is. I don't know if they kept the name, but in the book she's called Garona. She is half orc, half human.
Oh, so that's why she kind of looks more human and prettier than
Yeah.
the orcs.
Yeah, she's an assassin. She's known for like brutally killing this king.
Okay.
And
I just thought it was funny that everybody was like, "Really? The orcs look like this, and the chick looks like that." You know, the whole
It
like,
makes sense.
yeah.
it just like kind of cracked me up. I'm like, okay,
Although
I don't know
in
anything about
Warcraft,
Warcraft, so that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm
in
supposed to be
Warcraft, the
upset.
orc women look like a lot smaller than the men anyway.
Yeah, see, that's what I figured they were going for, like CG
Uh,
these big colossal monster looking dudes, and then have the chick look like a chick, so that way you can differentiate between the guy and the girl. But
The
I,
chick looks like a chick.
I'm sorry to say that the orc culture is not really advanced as far as we have. So it's very based on if you're a guy, you're in the army and you're a warrior, and there's nothing else you can do except for building shit or killing shit.
yeah,
And yeah, it's the opposite for women.
yep,
But
cool.
yeah, Garona's sort of the exception. That's why she's like a very important character in the books as well, which is cool.
Sounds good.
Um, but yeah, like I I am definitely going to see it. So yeah.
I like their little 3D trailer thingy they had where you're like supposedly riding a eagle or something like that. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Nope.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was pretty cool.
Uh,
I don't know. I'm interested in seeing it. I mean, I had a bunch of friends that used to play the game when it came out. Like they're obsessed with it and were actually making money off of it. Like they would like buy accounts, level it up, and then sell it.
oh yeah, the World of Warcraft. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I played that for a while as well. I've played like the first couple of games as well. Like when I had my first computer, which was one where put in floppy disks. For you kids out there,
yeah.
basically
What's a floppy disk?
a floppy disk is like a USB stick with like one billionth of the amount of data
Yeah.
on it.
Dude.
Basically, two pictures and it's full.
Yeah, pretty much. Or the Oregon Trail. That's all you have on it.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail is amazing.
you,
No,
you got
back then
dysentery.
you had like games like The Incredible Machine, Scorched Earth, and
Mist.
Doom was like 7 or 8 discs.
Was it really?
Yeah, like you had to like copy it and on multiple discs. It was horrible.
Crazy.
Well, it was very good, but it was just a lot of work.
There's a lot of work, yeah.
So cool. So
did anyone see the trailer for The Killing Joke?
Yes.
Yeah.
How fucking awesome does that look?
That looks good. There's gonna be a lot of kids that are either gonna cry or be really confused because I'm pretty sure parents are gonna be like, "It's a Batman cartoon," and then when they're like, "Why is Commissioner Gordon naked with the babies?"
Why is it rated R?
Yeah. Why is there naked pictures of Barbara Gordon and Commissioner Gordon's crying, mommy and daddy? And then
Well, you have to remember that the animated movies for Batman, especially, have always been sort of rated R.
There have always been PG-13, like a hard PG-13. Yeah.
The Dark Knight Returns, I think, was rated R.
No, I think was it?
Well, I think it is because there's cursing in it. They killed the Joker. Well, he sort of kills himself.
He kills himself.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it might be rated R.
That one's probably rated R. But yeah, honestly, it looks great. They're gonna open it up with about 15 minutes of the story of Barbara Gordon, because she wasn't in any of the other animated movies or anything really.
yeah.
So yeah, an introduction is definitely needed there, because otherwise it doesn't make sense for the Joker to kidnap her.
It's just a girl.
Yeah. Well, she's still, Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Yeah. But I don't think there's really anything else that happened this week.
No. So let's move on to the main thing tonight.
Yeah.
Or this morning, which is we all read like a lot of comics recently, or at least a fair amount, and we haven't really been able to talk about it in the previous shows.
Yeah.
So I figured like let's just talk about what we've read lately. So
I would like to talk to you about a comic book that I read. It's called Batman 51.
did you actually read it?
Yeah, and then I used it as very expensive toilet paper after. It was great.
I don't like how comic books work as toilet paper because they're like too smooth.
You're right. A piece of shit used as toilet paper doesn't really make sense, does it?
Did you really dislike it that much? Because it's not really a very
It's not
important issue.
It's not eventful. It just kind of wraps everything up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, the previous issue, at least, if you don't like the Snyder run, I can see that you wouldn't like it. But this issue, it's more just like, hey, what's happening in Gotham right now?
I have to say I did kind of like it just because it's one of those issues that makes it a nice little bow on top of the series.
Yeah.
It did its job as a final issue. It's actually what it should be. There's no stupid cliffhanger. There's no stupid this. It's just kind of like a day, like you catch up with all the bad guys. You catch up with Batman. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. You didn't read the entire run, did you?
I did.
Oh, so you know that was the Joker as well.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I was when I read it, I was talking to you guys on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Is that the Joker?" Is like I'm not really sure. But then I remembered that was the Joker just after Endgame, where they were sitting on the bench together.
Yep.
Yeah, because I didn't recognize him at first, and that's because he looked so different from Endgame then. And I was like, who is that? Who is that? And I was like, oh yeah, of course. Then the mosquitoes make sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't like the series as a whole, but it was a good issue.
I think it's probably my favorite of all the Batman series. Actually, No Man's Land might be, yeah, those two, definitely. I really liked it, mostly because the artist is one of my favorite artists.
Capullo.
Back in the 90s, he sort of drew me into something outside of just Batman, because that was really the only comic I was reading when I started.
Yeah.
And then I got like an issue of Spawn because that came out. And I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing.
My favorite Batman story is JLA Tower of Babel.
Yeah, that's very much a Batman story.
It's very much a Batman story.
Yeah, it is very good. It's definitely one of the top 10 JLA stories.
How much of a douchebag Batman can be? Right there.
Yeah, I think it shows sort of his. It's weird because he's the most human, really, but it shows his inhumanity.
Yeah.
Like, he has no compassion whatsoever, really.
For anyone or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the human on the team is the less human. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of why I liked it. Like, at first, I was just like, oh, this is cool, Batman just looks prepared as shit. But when I think about it now, it sort of reflects sort of his weird...
humanity.
Yeah. Which is really weird coming from the most human character, because he has no powers whatsoever.
He's the only human character, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, the Flash is human.
But no, he has special abilities, though. So he's an...
yeah, his special abilities...
A meta-human.
A meta-human, thank you.
Well, Green Lantern's not a meta-human anyway.
He's an idiot with a ring.
This idiot with a ring over here.
And it's Kyle Rayner too. So
yeah, Kyle Rayner is an idiot. Yeah, that's very true. I do like the idea that they're doing a book with what's her name, Power Ring. I can't remember her name, and Simon Baz. Because I liked Simon Baz when they introduced him, and Power Ring, I guess, was sort of cool for like a very issue, like one issue. But like, yeah, they're actually doing something with them instead of just using, you know,
Yeah.
Guy Gardner.
Everybody's favorite Guy Gardner.
Oh, he's the worst. He's just the worst.
One punch.
Um.
One
Anyway,
punch.
tell me something you guys have been reading.
I've been reading Batgirl. It's still my favorite series.
Oh,
Really?
the one
Yeah.
with Babs Tarr drawing.
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know
Batgirl.
what?
Batgirl Burnside. Yeah.
Yeah, Burnside. Yeah, I need to pick up the volume. When I went to go get them, they were like the trades were expensive, but they actually just dropped in price. So I'm probably gonna get them now. But
Honestly, you probably better off waiting for Rebirth to launch because
Then everything will go on sale. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everything like before Rebirth will go on sale when Rebirth hits.
okay, well, I was wondering if that's why they dropped because what was it? Okay, so I picked up that Black Canary run that you told me to grab, and I loved it. And then I guess in this last one was it Batgirl 51?
Yeah. Batgirl 51
Probably,
came out.
yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like wrap up for that little run. They had Black Canary and all these other characters in it, and I think they even had the writer from Black Canary probably write that little section of it. And so I'm like, well, I really like Black Canary. I'll pick it up, and I kind of thought I would go in not understanding what was going on, but it did a pretty decent job of recapping of who the bad guy was and all those other bad guys that the other team members had to go up against. And so it just made me like it more and made me just want to go back and pick up volume 1 and 2. And then I don't know, Babs Tarr is real. I really like her art style. I think she's got this.
Yeah, it looks.
I've been on a Babs Tarr kick, and I ordered stuff from her SD store.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Original prints and stuff. They're really cool.
Yeah, she's got some really cool stuff. Like even her like, what is it? Her Sailor Moon stuff. But they're like kind of like remixed to be like, they got tattoos and they're on motorcycles. That looks really cool. I'm like, if Sailor Moon actually looked like that, I'd probably watch it. But yeah, and then she's got this other book coming out, I think at the end of the year. Yeah, it says December 2016 called Motor Crush. And it's pretty much those drawings of those Sailor Moon girls on motorcycles with baseball bats and stuff. But like different characters. But it looks cool. I'm probably going to pick that up when it comes out. But yeah, it looks like a really fun run. And then
do either of you read the all new Wolverine book?
No, I fell off on it. I had the first issue. I think I have the first and second issue, and then.
Well, I know Eric will probably want to pick it up because the latest issue I read it this week. It features Squirrel Girl.
Hey.
Honestly, if you ask me, I don't really like Squirrel Girl, and I think this issue was pretty lame.
Oh.
But that's because I don't really like
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl, or like the super like forced comedy issues. I like it when they actually do something interesting, but this issue is about Squirrel Girl comes to visit X-23, who is now living with one of her clones. Long story, you have to read the.
Well, see, that already sounds like a sitcom.
I read that.
You're living with your clone, and Squirrel Girl shows up. Da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Well, it gets better because Squirrel Girl goes to X-23 and says, "You remember the car you crashed into this tree last week when you were fighting this like bad guy? You actually ruined the house of this squirrel family."
Oh, so she's out for blood.
Well, sort of. So Squirrel Girl and X-23 go to the squirrel family. Because Squirrel Girl.
I sent you a picture of Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You're dirty.
That's horrible.
He said that's horrible. Right click save as.
Just set his back or set his wallpaper. But no,
damn right I did.
So they go to the squirrel and talk to the squirrel family, and apparently the sort of guy squirrel, like the father, he
Yeah.
got or is missing. They think he was taken, and yeah, he was taken by some corporation, which makes even less sense.
This sounds
So,
awesome. How did you not like this?
but it's so like it was well great. It was all right, but it sort of feels really forced. Like, let's make a fun issue, sort of like that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like the
X-23 is not a fun character though.
Yeah, she's supposed to be sort of, well, she was a bit more fun since the previous arc, but to sort of put Squirrel Girl just in there and this sort of story, it feels a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, like, so they go find the squirrel, and then take the squirrel back to his family, and then that's sort of the ending.
yeah. It's
Like, there's a couple of stupid things, like a squirrel girl wants to take a selfie, and they
No,
go
she
like,
loves doing that.
yeah. You would
yeah,
need
they
to,
go like,
man.
oh, best team up ever.
Because it is the best team up ever, man.
Uh, but yeah, it was all right. But
Yeah, it's just like a sitcom or anything. There's always that silly filler episode before they start a new story arc or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah, if that's all that this is, then it's great. Like, I don't really mind anything.
Yeah.
If this is sort of the direction they're going in, then they would probably lose me as a reader.
Yeah, I mean it's probably just like the Booster Gold and Blue Beetle still Martian Manhunter's cookies. It's hilarious, but you know what I mean. It's just that one little thing before something else or after something, until the
Yeah.
next big story
Well,
arc happens.
it feels kind of out of place because in the previous arc, like, a couple of people actually died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the clone that lives with her, she had more clones because it was about this group of clones.
Yeah.
I read the first. I've read the first. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they actually die. So it was sort of depressing at the end, but one of them like made it. So it was sort of uplifting. And then to go from that to like this, you can almost hear like a funny music in the background for the entire issue.
Well, I think that was the idea. Like it was like so heavy that, I mean, you get this moment of, like
Yeah,
a breather, and then Squirrel Girl's kind of blowing up right now anyway. So just throw her on there just to, if nobody's reading X-23, then at least maybe they can try to get the Squirrel Girl fans to jump on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Eric's gonna like lead the parade. Let's all get X-23.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
You shouldn't read the previous arc though first.
Yeah, I want to pick that up when it comes out in trade, but
It's very
yeah, I've got the first one, and then I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited about it, so I just watched the comic story and little recap on it.
Oh yeah, he did one.
He did.
Yeah,
the
he did
first
one,
arc,
and yeah, and so I'm like, okay, I'm sold on this. Like, I hope they don't like change it or just keep at it. You know what I mean? Because it seems really cool.
Yeah, it is. Did you guys ever read the? I don't know if I talked about this yet. Vision.
I like Vision.
I didn't get to see it. I know like Sammy Reeds really loves it, and a couple other people really enjoyed it.
It's a really strange book within the Marvel universe because it doesn't really feel like a Marvel book.
It doesn't. It looks kind of like an indie book, doesn't it? Like this whole like he's got a family or something like that.
Yeah. And it like there's not a lot of people. Well, there's some people from the Marvel universe involved, but it doesn't really feel like it's connected that much.
It doesn't feel like it's connected at all.
Yeah.
Well, the last reveal in the last.
Yeah.
And there's what's his name? The guy that shows up that they kill.
If you haven't been reading it and you're not current on it, if like the first couple episodes, you won't really, you'll be like, what is this book? And
yeah, and
why?
I mean, the Grim Reaper shows up, and no one knows the Grim Reaper,
Yeah.
even though he's Wonder Man's brother.
Nathan Fillion's brother.
Yeah.
Adam Todek is gonna play him, whatever his name is.
Alan Tudyk.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be hilarious. They should do that. I hope they do.
Or what's his name? The guy who played Jane.
Oh yeah.
Adam Baldwin.
With the orange beanie and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, Vision is also written by Tom King, who is now going to take over for Scott Snyder on Batman. When Rebirth hits, that's That's really the reason I picked up Vision, because I wanted to know like if he
What
can,
what you're getting into, yeah.
yeah, like if he can do Batman, because I was really just like, if I didn't like Vision, I was just gonna completely drop Batman and just go for All-Star Batman, who's
What?
just still written by Snyder.
Mm.
Um,
Can I ask you guys a question? Are you guys excited for Rebirth?
yeah,
I don't know. Last time I tried to jump on a DC thing, it was called Convergence. So
should mention Convergence. No, Convergence was horrible. I think even DC admitted that.
well, I'm glad they admitted it because I was really excited. I was like, okay, here's an event where it seems like everything is going to reboot. So I can finally give DC a chance and not have to spend money on all kinds of, which I know are pretty good issues and trades and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I can't fiscally do that. So, and they don't have I wish they would come up with like a Marvel, like a DC Unlimited, because that would be cool.
That
But
would be smart.
Have anything like
That would be smart.
yeah, dude, I would jump on that real quick because then I can, I could go back to, the New 52 and read the whole run and enjoy, Booster Gold and Batman and Green Lantern and all these cool stories. But so Rebirth if I don't know, if Convergence is what Rebirth seems like it's going to be, then that would have been sweet.
No,
but Convergence
it's
was
completely
Convergence.
The closest thing you can compare it to is New 52.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be not just. It's probably not going to be that much of a reset in story wise, but it's just new teams for everything.
Yeah.
Just like they did after Secret Wars with Marvel.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna just judge it by how excited you guys are. So when it drops and you guys are like, "No, you should check it out," like, okay, I'm gonna go. Like, when I think
The game's gonna be how many issues of Rebirth am I gonna drop within the first 2 months?
Well, that's always the case, especially with New 52 as well.
I enjoyed the New 52 as much as I bash on DC. I think New 52 was pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah, but I had a couple of books that
Of course.
really didn't last very long.
Of course, that's any.
Yeah,
New-
and that's probably gonna happen with Rebirth.
Yeah.
A lot less because they're not doing 52 different titles.
Yeah.
But as far as I can see, the teams that they're making, the artist and writer teams, they all seem very cool. So I'm very excited, and of course, it's one of those places where you can go like, hey, let's start reading this in this comic.
Yep.
Because you can.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most, because like when I was that one week, I think I messaged you guys on Facebook, and I'm like, what book should I pick up? And I'm like, there's this, or this, and like I just said it earlier. You're Eric, you were like, no, pick up that Black Canary, it's really good. And yeah, I'm a total like this whatever she is with the canary scream and the rock band and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm a fan of that character.
It's really
so
cool. I love it.
yeah, I was really surprised at how good it really was, because for me not being a DC fan, I'm like, how is the Black Canary going to carry her own book? Like, she's such a secondary character in the back of my mind. But no, like, they did a really good job with the art. They did a really good job with the writing. So I kind of want to do that. Like, I do want to give DC a more fair shot than I have in the past. And so, like, I'm kind of waiting for you guys to be like, okay, avoid this one, get this one. That one you can set on fire. That one you can probably like leave in the plastic
Here,
shelf or whatever.
I'll give you what not to read, and it's called Batman. I'll start Batman. So we don't have to read.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really have that much beef with Scott Snyder as you do, but it's drawn by John Romita Jr.,
Oh, okay.
um, who is
JRJ.
well, he's some people really like him, some don't. I do like his art,
I like his art too, actually.
It's
so
not too shabby.
I liked it.
He's the one he did. What did he do? He did Frank Miller's Daredevil, and he did Kick Ass, and
Um, yeah, he
Yep.
did.
I think you have even Marvel Eternals. I think he did that one too, didn't he?
Eternals.
Yeah, some random ass comic that I read.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
I'm such a
I know
random
he did
comic
a
book
long run of
reader.
Wolverine as well.
Yeah, I think the
Um,
Eternals is a what is it? It's this weird Jack Kirby old school one that I think they gave like Neil Gaiman or some other art or writer to kind of reboot, but it didn't work. It's just its own like hardcover paperback or hardcover that I got it in, but I only got it because it was Neil Gaiman writing it or something like that.
wasn't Ramita Senior then?
No, it was
There might have
Romita
been-
Jr.
Oh, really?
Because he has like kind of like the squared like the Kick Ass and Daredevil run, right? Like kind of like squared characters,
Yeah,
kind of.
that-
Yeah. So it was Romita Jr.
Well, yeah, cool. Um, well, it's a book that I'm definitely gonna pick up. Because I like both of them. So
Cool, cool. I just picked up a bunch of indie. Well, yeah, that's all I do is read indie books lately.
You're the
Well,
indie man. You're the indie man.
I kind of am,
Yeah.
dude. Like, I don't know what it is about. Like, I like Marvel stuff, but like sometimes I'm just like I don't know. I either like lose track of time or lose track of issues, kind of like Karnak. Like I jumped on Karnak, and then next thing I know,
That's
there's
That's not your fault. It comes out every.
yeah, I know,
4
every
months.
6 months, and then it's like, oh, psych, it's coming out next week, and you're like, what? Like I thought the last one was 6 months, but like
it's been only 3 issues so far, and it's
Yeah.
been out for half a
like-
year.
yeah, and then like even like Black Panther, I picked that up this month, and I don't know if you guys checked that one out. It's okay.
Okay.
I haven't read that.
It's not too bad. It's
It's worth the read, but you won't be blown away by it.
yeah, it's really trying to set up the world and the political, um, I guess the aspect of it, the politics, and him being the king, and then establishing these enemy that's like kind of like trying to cause like this like political uprising and stuff like that. I mean, it's very smart and very fitting for the Black Panther, but nothing. Yeah, like you said, nothing really big happens. So
Plus, it's only one issue already.
yeah,
so-
it's one issue. Although like the way they made his suit look was really cool. Like it kind of has like this really cool. I kind of described it like kind of like that scene in Civil War where Tony Stark puts on that glove,
Yeah.
and it kind of like
Oh,
it kind of
The,
his suit kind of looks like that, which is kind of cool. Like he has like the come over his head and stuff. But
yeah, sort of like a digital symbiote.
yeah, it's so that was pretty cool. So it'll probably be a really cool story once the whole story arc is complete or whatever. But yeah. So this last week, because I didn't get anything this Wednesday. There wasn't any really thing that caught my eye. But last week I got a book called Department H. It's on Dark Horse.
Heard of that? Is it
This
good?
it's interesting. It honestly, to me, I feel like it might be. It has the potential to be like a cult classic. It's this story of this girl trying to solve a murder, and it's like 6 miles under the ocean.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then it turns out that it's her father that was murdered. So
Oh wow.
so it's like yeah, this like kind of like cool research, I guess, facility type thing that's working underneath the water, and apparently they sabotage her dad, so her dad gets obviously murdered, and so yeah, she's going down there to investigate it. But the thing that's really cool about it, other than like it does have like the cool like the who done it mystery of it, the art is, I'm pretty sure it's actual watercolors.
Oh cool.
Like
Yeah. That's cool.
it definitely has the vibe of it, and some of it's like really pretty. Um, but I'm pretty sure the artist actually did watercolors and then like scanned it in or however they you know
Is it bright colored? A lot of
yeah,
it.
it's got these wonderful like when they especially when they start going underwater, these very cool blues,
Oh, cool.
and so it gives you like the like how do I want to explain it like when you guys would watercolor, I guess I don't know. I remember watercoloring when I'm little, and you put like a little bit too much, and it get like really dark, or you do it
Really
like
dark.
really
Yeah.
light. It just it has a really cool vibe to it, and especially like they have these flashback moments that have this like light blue filter kind of over it, and then you'll like flash back to like where she's at today, and it's like vibrant. So I don't know. It has like I think it has potential to be something pretty well, not popular, but I feel like it might be like a cold
A
classic
cult
type of a thing.
classic.
Yeah, because it
What
just
what what's it called again?
Department H, so or DEPT dot H.
Department
Yeah, and
H.
it's on Dark Horse.
Cool.
Who wrote this? It's
Yeah, I read a review about it that said it was actually a very good book.
yeah,
So
it's
far.
by Matt Kent and Charlene. No, Matt and yeah, I guess married or something. I don't know. Same last name.
Okay.
Matt and Charlene Kent. But
Kent,
The
like
Kins.
Clark Kent?
no, KINDT, kind, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, it's Kent. It's
Kind.
German,
Okay, yeah,
just like Eric is.
yeah.
Guten Tag.
It's pretty cool. Like, and then like yeah, she puts on like like diving suit, and actually kind of makes you feel like claustrophobic, like you might be underwater too. And she puts on the suit, so it's pretty good. I'm hoping it like yeah, like it has the legs to run and be something really cool. I'm trying to think of some other like one shot comics that were like that. Like, wasn't there one with the girls in the snow? And I think Kate Beckinsale did the movie. Is it Whiteout? No, I'm the only one on
No
that one.
way. I'm thinking. I see a lot of movies, but Snow, Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, I
It's
thought it was
based
called
on a
like
comic.
Whiteout or
Oh wow, this looks really cool. The art.
yeah, right, like the watercolors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really like surprised by it. And then the other book, I got two other books. What was the other one I got? It was Department H, and Joyride, which is
Oh,
Boom Studios,
yeah.
and it has the kind of like a Young Avengers Runaways vibe to it because it's a bunch of teenagers. That one's by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly as the writers, and I think art by Marcus T.O. or
Okay.
Toe.
Two cow.
Yeah, it's kind of like the sci-fi Young Avengers Runaways.
So they have superpowers.
They don't, or as far as I know, they don't. But yeah, it's this this
Yeah.
yeah this guy and this young boy, young girl. They live in kind of like this, I guess, futuristic world where the Earth is kind of on lockdown. They have this big giant ray gun on the moon, just pointing at the Earth, and they kind of have like this shield that goes around, so they can't see stars or anything like that. And it's kind of just to protect
It,
them.
it, it, is there a cha on the moon?
and, yeah, and then yeah, so it's kind of like I don't know, that whole like post-apocalyptic, futuristic, like you will work here and you will report here and you have a curfew and everybody's gonna wear brown and what I mean, like everybody's uniformed or whatever, and so they've got the plan to like they want to obviously like the Runaways, they want to run away from Earth and go see what the galaxy has, and they come up with this really clever plan to get off planet, using like the young dude's position in kind of like the military to like kind of use that to get out, and as they're doing that, of course, there's this other girl who is trying to be the best soldier she can be, and I'm pretty sure, I don't remember if it's in the book or just a vibe, but her dad is probably like a general or somebody important. You know what I mean? Like one of those type of
Gotcha, yeah.
characters or whatever. And so of course she spots they're a little bit odd. They're kind of standing out. The big thing is the main girl of the story. She so wants to get away from the earth that she has like these shoes that are like really bright yellow and blue, and they like stand out. So it's kind of like, like it's too much color, so they stand out. So she's kind of like locked on. Like, okay, there's something weird about her. They make it to the outside of the dark side of the moon. Of course, this girl comes after her, and it's like, I'm going to take them out to prove I'm a good soldier. And then they see stars for the first time, which is like I think when I was reading it when it came out last week, I posted that picture because the art on that was really cool, like them seeing stars and stuff like that for the first time. And then it has this really cool. Apparently, the young girl somehow contacted aliens, and so aliens said they would help her, get off the Earth. But of course, the alien was like, "Haha, I was gonna turn you guys into slaves." And and the whole time you're thinking like this young girl is like really ditzy and just like so naive that like she honestly thought she would get away with it, but she actually has this really cool plan. And you turn out like I mean, she totally plays this this alien character out. And the thing that cracks me up about it is like at the very end of the issue, they tell you what the name of the little issue story was called, and it's called Grand Theft Spaceship. And so she had this plan to ultimately jack this alien for his spaceship, and that's what the whole kind of like first issue is like leading up to, obviously introducing the characters, adding this other military girl, and then ultimately like we jack the spaceship and we're gonna go check out what kind of shenanigans we can get to in the rest of the galaxy.
That just sounds like a really weird comic.
It's weird, but it was like, I mean, if you like the Young Avengers and the Runaways, which I do, it has that vibe, but it's like a sci-fi vibe instead of
It's in that wheelhouse, yeah.
yeah. So it's just like imagine the Runaways in space, or Young Avengers in space, which
Runaway train.
yeah, and then I dig those. And then the other comic I got last week was the Dark Souls comic because the video game came out. And I'm playing the first one because everybody's playing the new one. And
how many times did you die yet?
Reading the comic book, I died 3 times.
No,
playing the game. Oh, okay. Well, reading the comic, I died 3 times, and I had to respawn at the bonfire. But in the game, dude, way too much. I'm like frustrated with it. I don't even want to play it right now. I want to play other games because I'm just so frustrated with the game. I'm at some place where these like
I can play. That's why I don't play it.
Yep.
It has like I get why the fan base loves it because like I mean it is challenging, and the funny thing is that like if you actually do kind of like take a breather, take a break, come back and analyze what you're doing, because it honestly isn't the game, it's you, which is weird because you can usually find flaws in video games or glitches. And this game has that too, but most of the time it's like you making the mistake, not the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so I'm just like,
it's like a really modern day version of like an old NES game.
yeah.
Oh my god, yes it is.
Yeah, like NES games where you would play like get through 8 levels and like 2 levels right before the last boss to complete the game. You die and you start
all the way at the beginning. Yeah,
again.
that's exactly what this is.
Yeah,
I think the most frustrating about it is like they give you that whole thing like if you die, you have the opportunity to go back and get your souls. But then the worst part is you always die on your way back to get like 100,000 souls, and that's what frustrates me the most because I'm like I should have went and leveled up and I didn't. I'm stupid. I can't believe I didn't go level up. And then you die and you're like, God no, I need to go back to my and then like it's the stupidest like weakest character that kills you on the way to go get your souls, and then you're just like
So
throwing
frustrating.
you're just like throwing your TV out the window. Yeah, like so. And then right now I'm at this place where like these anthropomorphic snakes are coming after me. And those dudes are freaking D-bags, like the hardest thing ever. And yeah, I kind of like relied too much on like this one weapon, and now my that weapon's kind of being obsolete. But I don't know or understand really how to come up and craft a better weapon. It's almost like it's like you're really in this story. Like I got to figure out how to make a new weapon. And just like I don't got time for that. Just let me upgrade it. You know what I mean?
I
Move
don't
on.
got time for that.
I don't. But yeah, so I picked up the comic, like check that out, and um, the art's pretty good, and it has some throwbacks to the game. Uh, like the one guy Solaire, who's in it, the Sun Bro. So he's in it, but other than that, it's almost just like the game. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening, but it's entertaining, and the art's
So
actually really good in it.
doesn't expand on the story of the game, or
Yeah and no. It's almost just like
you've seen different perspectives.
yeah. It would almost to me feels just like if you were to build your character and I were to build my character and we're talking about supposedly their backstory. I guess like I'm like, oh, I picked the thief and he has a guilty past, and you're like, oh, well, I picked the knight because it kind of revolves around this chick that's a knight, and
Yeah.
um she's about to fight like the boss or whatever, and then the boss has like this thing where he messes with your memories, and so it definitely has a cool vibe to it. But I'm not too far into the Dark Souls lore that I would recognize everything right away. Like when they showed that one guy Solaire, I saw that and I'm like, oh, it's Solaire. I know that guy. He's the guy that's all about jolly cooperation. You know what I mean? And stares at the sun and has weird memories about his dad. So I'm like, oh, I know that guy. But some of this other stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm not that deep into Dark Souls yet to understand. But yeah, dude, that game's crazy.
Yeah, sounds cool.
It looks amazing, especially the new one, Dark Souls 3. But yeah, I don't know.
I've seen some of those, like the in-game, like the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. It's most of the games nowadays look
Yeah, they
incredibly
look great.
crazy good to me.
Yeah,
But
I would
that
say.
game just takes it up a notch.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna like me, I'm not gonna play it anytime soon. So I'm watching these guys called the Game Grumps play it. I don't know if you guys
What's on
follow
Twitch?
them, but those dudes are hilarious. Like they, I think they're like a bunch of they're two guys, and I know one used to be like an animator on YouTube. But the other guy I think is like an improv actor singer, and they're just hilarious. Like this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like especially like when scary monsters come out, like they freak out. They're like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" So if you guys don't want to play Dark Souls 3, but you want to check it out, I would say Game Grumps.
Game Grumps?
Game Grumps, yeah, dude, they cracked me up. They're like hilarious. But yeah, I picked that up, and then I picked up from
Did you link that really hyperactive guy video?
Hyperactive Guy.
Yeah, I saw a video with some guy just yelling and screaming at the screen for like 20 minutes
It's this
playing
show.
that game.
Yeah, isn't it us?
No, I haven't been yelling. It's way too early to be yelling.
I don't know. I would have to go back. I can't remember which one I posted. It's a guy yelling at the TV screen.
Yeah,
It's just one guy.
yeah,
Why can't I remember what that is?
yeah. I can't either. But you read another comic.
Yeah, I did. Actually, because I follow all these artists on Twitter, like Paulina Ganesho and Babs Tar and all them. They shouted out. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Let me pull it up. So unprofessional. I'm pulling it up right now.
Do you remember what the comic is called?
The comic is called Magical Beatdown. And yeah, I got it right here. PDF. And it is by Jen Woodall.
Would all.
Yeah. And she's got I forget the name of the website. I think it's called like Gumroad. It's kind of like an offshoot from Tumblr, but it's the idea is it's kind of like a Sailor Moon parody kind of, but in the best way. Like I saw some of the art and I'm like the cover art for cuz I think she's almost finished with volume 2. And the cover art for volume 2 is really cool. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to check this out. And like no joke, it's as if Deadpool and Sailor Moon had a kid. Because it starts off with like this like kind of like your typical like um I guess I don't know, like your anime. It doesn't really look anime, but the idea of like the anime girl in her school uniform, and as she's a regular girl, all the art is like in blue, and they show her like she's gonna go to the local arcade, and in her imagination, she's gonna get like high score on this arcade, and everybody's gonna be her friend and stuff. And on the way, some like bullies like hey, stupid girl, what are you doing here? And then so she turns into like the Sailor Moon character, but she cusses up a storm. Like the second she comes out, she's like, "Hey, dickheads," and blah blah blah, like foul, like cussing, dude, like overrated R cussing. And then the first thing she pulls out is a baseball bat with nails in it, and just smashes the dude in his face, and it like totally disgusting shows his eyeball flying out, and she's just cussing them out, and she like just Joker crowbars this guy to death on the side of the road, and then pulls out a samurai sword and impales the other guy. And
it's at gumroad.com/Jane Woodall.
there you go. Yeah, I know it was Gumroad. It's just it's been like I laughed when I LOL'd. I literally LOL'd reading this story. Like it's one of those stories where you know how like people will play like Grand Theft Auto to release some steam, like say I had a bad day, I'm gonna come home and maybe play Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty so I can shoot people because I can't really do that in real life. That's what this story. That's what this story is, dude. It's just like you're having a bad day. I have it saved on my phone, like I because it's not through Comixology or anything like that. You got to get it as a PDF. So I have the PDF on my phone, so that way when I'm feeling bad, I can just open it up and it just like, you dickheads, ah! You know what I mean? And just watch her like wail on these like idiot guys. Like,
So, so you kind of lost me when you said Sailor Moon and Deadpool because I don't like either of those. But you sort of won me over with baseball bat with nails in it.
yo, like no joke. It's like it looks like she has like a sword or whatever on her back, and then another one, and then she pulls out, and it's a baseball bat with like nails sticking out of it, and it's just like she doesn't even give them like a fair warning. She's like, what are you jerks doing? And then the guy says something, and then just like no, smashes his head in, and then like that scene where the Joker's killing Jason Todd, just over and over with a crowbar. It's that, but it's over and over and over with a baseball bat with nails. And then because the art is like, pre Sailor Moon, it's blue. Post Sailor Moon, it's all pink. So like the panels are just full of pink. Like his blood is everywhere. It's supposed to be just like what I mean. So it's crazy. Like even the last person she kills, she's on a motorcycle. She jumps on a motorcycle and runs him over with her motorcycle. She like pops a willy in his face and like, yeah, yeah. That's the one that you just sent right now. That's the first volume. And then the thing is like it's like super cheap. I think it's like $1, $3 or something like that. And then she has like a 1.5 or something like that. And I think you can just like donate $1. She like lets you donate whatever you want on that one. And so I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. And it's just a dialogue because it's my sister used to watch Sailor Moon, and if this was Sailor Moon that she would watch, I would definitely watch it with her growing up. But it's not Sailor Moon. But
You say my sister. What you're saying is you used to watch Sailor Moon, and every now and then she'd walk in and watch it as well.
I don't like it
Yeah,
when you psychoanalyze my life, Nick.
That's what he said.
We're doing the show, and I'm trying to be the cool guy. So when I say my sister, we stick to the story that it's my sister.
You already, told us you used to wear the Sailor Moon outfits. So.
Well, I'm more of a Sailor Jupiter kind of guy, but yes, okay, if I'm just gonna admit to it, Sailor Jupiter and Tuxedo Mask are my jam.
See, I have no idea who those are. I just know Sailor Moon is like, what, six Japanese-looking girls with like all different hair and
Yeah, they just have
different
different
schoolgirl
colors. Yeah, the
outfits.
one's green, one's
Yeah,
blue, one's red.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much all I know about it.
yeah, and then there's like a dude, and he doesn't do anything. You would think the dude would help him out, but no, he doesn't do anything. He just wears a tuxedo.
He's a sausage in the party.
Pretty much, yeah. You always got the one guy that everybody fawns over. But no, to me was just really fun. Like that one stood out the most, just because of like I laughed out loud. Like I was like, bah! Like, because it's just so ridiculous. I wasn't expecting it. Like I got it because I really like her art, and then it's like I came for the art and I stayed for the violence. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's like that gumroad.com and yeah, I think it was like $3, $2.
If I could recommend one downloadable story, Brian K. Vaughan wrote a Walking Dead story.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've read the review about it. And I watched like the little video they made with him, where he and what's his name, Kirkman, they're both sitting there on a couch talking about it. That looks very interesting. It's like completely standalone from the rest.
Yeah, it's a standalone story. It's donate what you want.
Wow.
And it's interesting.
I'm gonna check that out. I really like Brian K. Vaughan. He's like one of my favorite authors.
Yeah,
writers.
like Paper Girl was great. You know, Paper Girl.
I haven't read it yet, man. I have. I think I was telling you. I have like when I got birthday money, everybody gave me gift cards. Which I mean, it's a present, yay. But at the same time, like it's like I would rather you get me something personal than that, because then I have to like, they gave me like a Google Play gift cards.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think it was just because they were like, oh, he likes social media or that kind of stuff. He'll know what to do with one of these. And I'm just kind of like, I've never used Google Play other than just like, downloading like Future Fight or something like that. Or like, downloading Twitter. So yeah, so I had like these gift cards and I'm like, well, I guess I'll just get comic books. And so I got like Suiciders and some other one called Welcome Back that I heard was supposed to be pretty good. I think they said it's something where like these people get reincarnated, and when they get reincarnated, they try to kill each other again. Kind of like this never-ending feud where it's like we kill each other and then we come reborn and then we can kill each other again. But it sounds kind of interesting.
Sounds like the Wicked plus the Divine.
Is that what that one is like too?
Yeah, did you guys ever read that?
No, I know a lot of people talk about it though.
I read it in trade. I don't get the issues.
Yeah, I read the first. I think it's the first 2 volumes. It's a very weird story, but it's very interesting. It's sort of about like all the gods throughout history, like from all the different religions. So there's like one Zeus and there's an Odin and like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of get reincarnated into human bodies every now and then.
Okay.
And they're usually like they're sort of celebrities.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really strange. And then like one of them, starts killing other people. I think it's even Lucifer that does it, isn't it? Lucifer.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
But The Walking Dead is called The Alien, and Rick Grimes' brother is in it.
Ah. So it's kind of like a little side story on him.
It's a complete standalone. It's interesting. It's a good read.
That sounds cool. Yeah, so it's kind of like you don't have to go back and read all of the Walking Dead to get this. You can just jump on.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, they said if you've seen the TV show, you can just pick this up and not read any of the other comics.
Gotcha.
Well, they didn't say that themselves. I read that. So
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's cool because that's a cool
pretty
way to
much.
get.
Never say that.
Yeah, that's a cool way to get the TV show people to get into comic books. Like, hey, here's a one shot. You like what these characters are doing? Check out this comic book, and then
It's 32 pages. It's pay what you want. You can pay $0 and pick it up.
wow, works for cheapos like me. No, I'll
I think
probably
I, do, I think I donated $1.
Yeah, I think I'll give something to you. I think it's cool when they do that. Like, you know what I mean? You can give what you want to give and
It's not
give what
like
you can.
Kevon needs the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I was getting it. I figured might as well give $1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still supporting them, so I mean it's cool. They can split the 50 cents.
Yeah, isn't it the artist that does his online series as well?
Yeah, Marcos Martin.
Yeah, I think something like that. I can't remember his name.
It's Marcos Martin. Yep.
Yeah, he does like a web series. Well, a comic just released on the internet with the guy.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Strangely, it's a comic about the world without the internet. And it's just released online.
That's cool.
That's the joke.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's come out. Like, yeah, I got that. I got Suiciders. I got Paper Girls. Still haven't read those. I even got I kind of wanted to get into the Red Hood. I know he's probably not the most popular character, and some of his runs kind of suck. But I don't know, the idea of like a Punisher Batman kind of sounds cool to me.
I just picked up the greatest email storyline ever. It's Grifter and the Mask.
Grifter.
Oh no!
And so the thing sucks. Grifter is such a cool character design. I think he has one of the coolest character designs, and it's like nobody cares about Grifter.
Grifter's like if they put the Punisher in the '90s blender.
Yeah,
pretty much. I think that's why I like him. And he's got that weird like mask bandana thing over his face. But
Click it.
you gonna click it? What? Oh, okay. The alien. Cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Other than that, I only read Extraordinary X-Men because I do really like that. I think that's about it. What I've read lately.
Yeah, I've been reading a little bit here, and like I've been reading everything, but there's something that I'm like too crazy about right now.
Yeah. Oh, the Black Widow issues. There's been 2 issues so far.
Yeah.
Have you read them?
I read Black Widow and Mockingbird. I think they're my 2 favorite, two of my favorite Marvel books right now.
Yeah, the Black Widow one. I didn't read Mockingbird, but the Black Widow one is really good. The first issue is just all action. It's her escaping from a shield helicarrier.
Jake, it's like issue 5 of Moon Knight.
oh,
When he's
nice. Yeah. That's cool. That issue was so good of Moon Knight, man.
Did you read the new issue? Amazing.
Yeah. I was just like,
you did the rap.
Yeah, I did the rap about it. Yeah. Dude, yeah, that one's really good. I'm gonna check out. It's only 2 issues deep right now.
Yeah.
The Black Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah.
I'm probably if it's only 2 issues, I might be able to swing that.
And it's written by Mark Waid.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Just one of the best.
I always wanted to pick up his.
Probably my favorite writer.
He just came off of the Daredevil run, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the exact same team as well.
Oh, sweet.
Like the artist, the colorist, all of them.
Yeah, I wanted to check out his run on it, and I forget why I slept on it, but I did.
It's really good. I like his run on Daredevil. Whatever he does is really good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I don't think he's ever done a really bad story. I think you can go back and look at all the stories he's done.
They're all pretty solid.
Pretty good.
Yeah, like one of the best DC stories ever, Kingdom Come.
Oh, okay. He did Kingdom Come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is pretty good. And I actually got both issues of Mockingbird. That one's really fun. It's really oddball. Like you're kind of like, what's going on? Especially that first issue where she keeps on showing up at the doctor's office, and there's the one that cracked me up is that Hercules is in there, and he's always got like an ice pack on his head. And then they have who's the other one? Tony Stark is reading some pamphlet about gonorrhea. I don't know if you caught that, Eric. But like, yeah, there's always some kind of extra like superhero in the waiting room at the hospital, and yeah, it's pretty funny. Like I think, is it Iron Fist? No, that might be some other night nurse thing. But yeah, the one that cracked me up was that like Hercules was in every hospital visit. And then the thing they tied it to the show too because every time she got a new nurse, she would say, "Hey, what happened to the last nurse?" And they were like, "Oh, she went to Tahiti."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Oh, dang!" Like, and it's like every time she's like, "What happened to the last girl?" And it's like, "Oh, she got some vacation to Tahiti or something like that." And yeah, I just think it's interesting because what do they have? They have her like half Infinity Serum, half Super Soldier Serum. Is that what it is?
I think so.
So she's on some weird Nick Fury Captain America cocktail.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like I
Yep.
guess that's how they saved her or brought
Yeah.
her back to life or whatever. They like Nick Fury injected this weird Infinity Serum slash
Oh,
Super Soldier
the,
Serum into her.
just the one that he has, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, is it Infinity Serum?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
Infinity
what.
Serum.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, but like the one that he injected her with is like half Infinity Serum, half Super Soldier Serum or
Well,
whatever.
Okay, so it's
well,
like Black Widow.
Oh, is that what she
well.
has?
Wade wrote Princess Leia, the
Oh,
Star Wars
the.
comic that just came out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, he's written a couple of those, I think.
Yeah.
How have those been? The Star Wars runs. I heard the C-3PO one was pretty good. That just came out recently.
That's a single issue one.
Oh, it's just a single shot, a one shot.
One shot. Um,
I heard the.
Kanan is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else? Darth Vader is amazing.
Oh,
Uh,
The
I'm-
first issue was kind of meh.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Didn't Comic Pop do that? And they kind of didn't like the first issue.
well, as a series, it's pretty good because it's like 12 issues deep already.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it picks up after.
I know. The Deadpool editor is on it. Jordan D. White. That guy's really good too.
Yeah, but he's just an editor.
Yeah, well, he
And,
does his job
Screw
though.
those guys.
No, dude, they love that guy. Like when he was on Deadpool, the writers would write him into the story.
And Poe Dameron is pretty good. There's only been one issue though. So
Oh
can't
yeah,
say
I
it's
heard that Poe
gonna be
Dameron
fantastic.
issue was pretty good. I think there was a who was it? There's somebody I follow on Twitter who I don't even follow them for comic books, and they picked that up, and I'm like, okay, that must be good if you don't like comic books and you picked up a Poe Dameron comic book. Granted, I think they're in love with Poe Dameron or Oscar Isaacs, but still,
Who isn't?
who isn't in love with Oscar Isaacs?
Yeah.
Probably Apocalypse fans.
People who like the X-Men.
Yeah. Screw
Yeah,
this
but-
guy. He looks like Grimace from McDonald's.
Who's that?
He's like this big purple chicken McNugget looking guy for the McDonald's.
Yeah.
They don't use them anymore, but they used to.
Oh,
Jeez.
we don't have those kind of
Yeah.
things. We just have Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McCreeper.
Yeah, well, there's always like well, I wouldn't call it a statue, but like a plastic puppet of Ronald McDonald at
Ugh.
the entrance of every McDonald's.
Oh.
That's what I remember. I haven't been in one in like 15
Yeah,
years.
we used to have it where we'd have like the bench, and it's like sitting there with his legs crossed, and it's like it's sitting next to Ronald McDonald and take a picture. And it's like no, I don't
I
want.
think all those Star Wars issues are ending soon.
Oh, okay. I still haven't
Um,
seen Force Awakens, and my friend gave me the DVD to watch it. I still haven't watched it yet.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
you can watch it right after the show.
Yep.
Or else I'm just gonna spoil everything.
No, I already know what happens, so it's.
Oh.
I think it's just like the little details I don't know yet, which are probably
Han
the
Solo
ones.
dies.
Yeah, I know that one.
No, Han
Um,
Solo doesn't die. Darth Vader comes back.
Oh, he
Han
does.
Solo dies.
Yeah, I've seen it. There's these memes where they have it. Han Solo's telling those like corny dad jokes, and then Kylo Ren stabs him. Like they have like the meme where on the top it says like, "Hey Ben, why didn't the pony go to the party? And he's like, why? And he's like, because he's a little horse. And then they show him stabbing him through the stomach or whatever. So it's all like
That's
those like
hilarious.
corny dad jokes. So, anyways, anything else we want to talk about before we've been going for about almost 2 hours.
That's it for me, at least.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Next week I'll be in New York doing the show.
Woo!
No.
Live from New York.
Live from
Maybe
Goldman's Lap.
maybe I get Goldman on the show too.
Oh yeah, you gonna be?
That'd be cool.
You guys can share a mic.
Yeah.
Share Mike.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Or it could be a conflict in what he's doing now.
I wonder how tall he is compared to you. That's gonna be kind of interesting to see.
The selfie we've been taking will compare.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I think one time I did a Periscope and he's like, Jake's really tall, and I'm like, no, I'm not. The room is really short that I was in because I was at my work's warehouse, and the entrance it's kind of low because the rest of the warehouse is really. Yeah, the rest of the warehouse you need like ladders and stuff, but
pizza for scale.
but
We'll see how tall I am compared to Nick.
yeah, I don't know. I imagine you're really tall.
I'm 6'1".
Yeah, okay, so then yeah, you're tall.
Oh yeah, I'm 6.
Everybody's tall but me. I'm like 5'10". But all right. So, anyways, now we're talking about how tall we are. So you know that's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
So yeah, you got anything you working on this week, Eric?
I'm traveling this week. I'm just
You're going to see your friend Alan Moore, right?
yeah. Me and Alan.
Cool.
But next week, I'm gonna actually kick off season 2 with more on Monday.
Sweet.
So in 2 weeks I'll be back.
I hear Grant Morrison wants to be on your show on More with More as well.
Fuck Grant Morrison.
But it just
He wants to talk
me,
about
that
Wonder
sounds
Woman.
like the coolest show. Like you've got you with Alan Moore and Grant Morrison.
I know.
That just to me sounds like the perfect show.
That's in the works. So I got to work around Grant's schedule.
Okay, schedule. Yeah.
No,
So.
he's doing a lot of nothing lately. So
Cool. And Nick, I think you recently did a video with Saul.
Yeah, I've talked about this before. We did
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, finally we did To Catch a Predator. Saul is still not guilty. But no, we did a review of 1160. Was it 1160?
The John F. Kennedy one.
11/22/63. It's a date, which is the worst name for like a TV
show. Yeah.
or a book ever. But yeah, that went sort of well. I don't think Saul prepared for it to be like 1.5 hours.
Yeah, he has part 1 and part 2 was so long. And then what was funny was that you guys did it right after our last podcast. So when I looked at like my phone the next morning, it said that like the phone call went for like 6 hours or something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, what? How long did they talk after we hung up?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Because I just kept the call going from the podcast.
Oh God.
Yeah, which is probably why he's not on the show tonight, because his wife was so upset that he didn't go to bed till like 5 a.m.
Oh, Saul.
Yeah, and then for me, I was supposed to have a video out this week, but I've had so much work, my regular life, that I didn't have time to record anything. So hopefully I'll have something cool next week. I might. I got this advanced copy of a comic book called, get this, Space Battle Lunchtime.
That sounds awesome.
It sounds like a really cool band name for some reason. Space Battle Lunchtime. And it's kind of like this, like, you know, those Cooking Network, like the Iron Chef and I don't know, like Bobby Flay's Cook Off or whatever they have. It's one of those shows, but it's like intergalactic. Some poor girl gets swooped up by some aliens and has to kind of like have a cook-off against aliens.
That sounds awesome.
So it
Yeah,
looks it looks
like, what are they gonna do when they run out of Fleepnar?
exactly, and I think that the cliffhanger on this one is like kind of like I forget what show it is where they have the mystery box, and you kind of like open the mystery box and have like a secret ingredient.
Iron
I,
Chef.
I
Is it
think
Iron
that's all
Chef?
of them.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think that's all of them. for
yeah.
sure.
So they have that, and I think it's like some kind of weird alien thing that's in it, and it's kind of like, how is she gonna cook it? Like, none of us know what it is. Like, does it even taste good? Is it alien delicacy? So it looks pretty funny. I think it might be one of those like books that'll be like that movie Chef, where you get really hungry looking at it. So, because I've never been so hungry in my life than I have watching that movie Chef. Like that
I
dude's
just seen the trailer and I was like, oh damn, I need to get a sandwich.
dude. Okay,
So if I watch that movie, I just like have a pile of sandwiches and eat
no,
like
like no
eating
joke.
sandwiches.
Like I have never seen a grilled cheese as delicious as the one John Favreau makes in this movie. Like I enjoy grilled cheese, but what he did was like art, and I cried a little bit when I saw him make that grilled cheese.
Have you ever had a breakfast grilled cheese?
No, what? No,
Every grilled cheese is a breakfast grilled cheese.
no. Like, but you're talking about like a legit like breakfast focus center. No, I have not, but it sounds delicious.
Come to Texas and I'll make you one.
Oh, I might live in your collector's room.
It's a grilled cheese with a hash brown inside,
What?
with chopped bacon, tomato, onion, and eggs.
Yeah, I'm sold, dude. I'm coming to Texas when you get back from New York.
Encased in cheese.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
that's not a grilled cheese anymore. That's just a melt.
That's a grilled cheese.
It's
You-
grilled
you
cheese
don't-
with
you don't know-
bonus.
You don't know how much grilled cheese is on there.
All
In
right,
Dutch,
so
we don't eat anything but cheese.
but cheese. Yeah, you guys just walk around with blocks of cheese in your hands, and yeah. So
Like, we don't have wheels on cars. They're just like giant pieces of
blocks
cheese.
of cheese.
Cheese wheels.
When you guys get a flat tire, you just put on a new block and eat the one that was
New
flat.
block.
Nice. So, yeah, so you guys can catch us on Twitter. You can catch Eric at Baron Von Comics. You can check Nick at Sick Mind Nick, and you can find me at Jacobs_Talkbox. And with that, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by, and if you hung out for all 2 hours, we're sorry we kept you this long, but thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week. And as Owen Likes Comics says, waiting for you to say it, Nick.
I'll have to do it.
Yeah, you have to do it, Nick.
Have fun and keep reading.
Have
Keep reading,
fun
guys.
and keep reading.
Keep reading.